Hello, my name is Savina Sultanova, and this video is dedicated to my major's final exam. In the first part of the video, I will describe you my major's 3 concentrations, including methods of research that they use and interesting elements of the content they address. In the second part of the video, I will describe you how my major is valuable to potential employer in general terms. For instance, why is it better to have 3 concentrations than a single major? And finally, what do these concentrations add in terms of value to me as an employee? My 3 concentrations are philosophy, psychology, and communication studies. What I know about each of these concentrations or academic disciplines is that fundamentally they differ from one another, yet they are interdependent to a great degree. Philosophy, for instance, in the last 2,500 years of Western intellectual history, was considered the mother of all knowledge that generated most of the fields of research that are known today. No wonder that even today we continue to call our highest degrees PhDs, namely philosophy doctorates. At the same time, we live in an age in which we question what philosophy is good for anymore. We look at it as a highly abstracted discipline with little, if any, support on objective reality. Philosophy indeed speaks a lot about reality, but none of it actually qualifies as knowledge until proven scientifically. As such, many philosophers have come to agreement that only science holds the potential to solve philosophical mysteries as the nature of truth, life, mind, the good, and the beautiful. Today, philosophy is mainly classified into 5 branches, including politics, study of force, epistemology, study of knowledge, metaphysics, study of existence, ethics, study of action, and aesthetics, study of art. As far as the methods of research goes, central to the questions what to research and how to research is the researcher's perspective on why to research. This perspective is based on the researcher's assumptions concerning the interrelated concepts within each school of thought in philosophy. If the researcher, for instance, doesn't perceive that there is a reality, the utilization of methods such as a nomothetic or an ideographic methods is fallacious to the research standards, thereby undermining the very nature of the research discipline. And for your reference, a nomothetic methodology is what philosopher Kant described as the tendency to generalize, and it's typical for natural sciences, whereas an ideographic methodology is the tendency to specify, which is typical for humanities. Psychology, on the other end of the spectrum, is a field of science, but not until 1897, when German professor and psychologist Wilhelm Wundt built the first experimental laboratory in Leipzig, Germany. This laboratory conducted first experiments related to matters in experimental school of thought. Therefore, relatively to other academic fields such as mathematics, physics, and etc., a modern-day psychology as a science field is a brand new field. Hermann Ebbinghaus said it once, psychology has a long past but a short history. Today, psychology consists of a number of unique and distinctive subcategories or branches. More precisely, there are about 9 branches in psychology, and some of them I have studied at NYT, and these are abnormal psychology, behavioral psychology, and cognitive psychology. While each of these branches focus on a specific area and look at questions and problems from a different perspective, they all share a common goal of explaining human behavior, thoughts, and experiences. And modern-day psychology uses an objective approach to advance our knowledge about human behavior and mental life. A variety of research designs and data collection methods are used that vary according to time periods over which data is collected. One of the most common methodologies used in psychology are a longitudinal study in which subjects are studied at multiple time points over an extended period of time, a retrospective cohort study in which subjects are selected, then data is collected based on their past experiences, case study, twin study, survey, interviews, and many more. One of the main reasons why I've chosen psychology as one of my concentrations is because I wanted to understand how our mind works. More specifically, how some of the techniques in psychology, such as retrospections or self-reports of our sensations, can help us understand human mind and consciousness, where our consciousness, as per structuralism, is the sum total of our experience at any given moment, and our mind is the collection of experience of a lifetime. Communication as an academic field studies various processes related to human communications, ranging from face-to-face to mass media types of communications. It primarily examines the techniques of message interpretations through various channels, including political, social, cultural, and economic. In communication studies, various research studies are used. Among them are social scientific research, random sampling, interview design, focus group techniques, and many more. The field of communication is truly fascinating to me. Did you know that roughly 75% of a person's day is spent on communicating in some way? About 69% of our communication time is spent on speaking and listening, 17% on reading, and 14% on writing. Now, what do these three concentrations add in terms of value to me as an employee? Aside from the fact that I finally understand jokes on Family Guy that been eluding me for a while, the study of philosophy has made me a better person in many ways. First of all, the ability to respect and gain understanding of others' views will help me in my personal life as well as professional. I find that my IQ is no better than my peers, but I certainly have one tool many don't have. While I might ultimately disagree with people's opinions, my willingness and desire to gain understanding gives me a calming approach and respect. Philosophy has taught me how to respect others' opinions even if I disagree. If I try to gain understanding, I can then leverage what makes other person tick and try to satisfy their needs along with mine. Philosophy teaches me how to ask questions, analyze, and contrast opinions. And this tool is especially handy when trying to figure out what makes my boss disagree with something or why my roommate won't clean her room, and so on. Studying psychology has definitely benefited me in terms of understanding human behavior, motivation, emotion, and the process of decision making. In my professional life, for instance, I've learned how to effectively analyze situations involving human interactions and navigate through problem resolutions more effectively. Understanding the basic mechanisms of our bodies that produce certain chemicals responsible for the way we act and respond is of great importance. Many people acquire such knowledge, we call it a life wisdom, at late stage of life. And I believe that if we correctly apply this knowledge to everyday life, many people will benefit to work with us. Finally, the study of communication has taught me to be a better speaker and writer, which is an integral part of my day-to-day responsibilities. As a project manager and agile coach, for instance, I'm responsible for facilitating meetings with stakeholders, customers, and work groups. Now, why is it better to have 3 concentrations than a single major? Well, the answer is simple. Many employers are hiring today for well-rounded employees. Would you hire for someone who is not only great in their area of expertise, but also is able to rationally converse with you on any given topic? Thank you for watching this video.